Breaking news today, Arkansas police swiftly tracked down a suspect in the shocking double murder at Devil's Den, demonstrating that with proper support and empowerment, law enforcement can deliver justice quickly. This comes as a stark contrast to other states grappling with rising crime rates.
Hello, and welcome to That News Show, where we discuss the latest facts, fakes, and hypocrisy as reported by the legacy media. Let's roll the tape.
Fox News reports breaking news. Arkansas police have arrested a suspect in the chilling Devil's Den double murder. Before we're swayed by the usual voices in Washington and their media allies, let's consider how we reached this point. In a nation once known for its safety and order, a family has been devastated in a state park, with a suspect, a former teacher, almost evading capture. Unlike many cities run by Democrats, Arkansas authorities relentlessly pursued justice and prioritized public safety. Perhaps the real story tonight is that when leaders uphold law and order, communities are indeed safer. Why should that be controversial? From the clip.
Though, is that the suspect is a teacher, was a fifth grade teacher. So what do you think about this arrest?
I think it's phenomenal policing work. I mean, this is what happens when you have local, state, and federal partners working together. Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders came out very strongly and said, violent crime in Arkansas will not be tolerated. And if you want to commit those acts in our state, we will hunt you down and we will find you. And that is exactly what happened. I find this case extremely chilling, Carly.
The unsettling fact that the suspect was a fifth grade teacher raises serious concerns about the systems we trust to protect our children. What stands out is not only the horrific nature of the crime, but also the exemplary response from Arkansas law enforcement, swift, coordinated, and relentless. This showcases the effectiveness of collaboration among local, state, and federal authorities, prioritizing public safety over political theater. Arkansas has demonstrated to the nation what true law and order entails. There was no hesitation or unnecessary debate over root causes, only decisive action to remove a dangerous individual from the streets. This approach, driven by strong Republican leadership under Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders, sends a clear message. Violent crime will not be tolerated, and offenders will be pursued aggressively. This stance is a deterrent to crime, contrasting sharply with the lenient policies observed in some Democrat-run states, where it appears criminals are prioritized over victims. Also, this case underscores the importance of keeping policing a local responsibility. While federal support is beneficial, local and state law enforcement officers who are familiar with their communities can respond more effectively. Attempts by Washington to oversee local law enforcement often lead to bureaucracy and inefficiency. Arkansas' model of empowering local officers and supporting them without interference should be a benchmark. The broader issue highlighted by this case involves a suspect who passed background checks, moved across state lines, and nearly evaded capture. This serves as a wake-up call about the limitations of bureaucratic safeguards and the need for vigilant oversight. It also reminds us that while most teachers are dedicated professionals, no system is completely secure, and continuous vigilance is crucial, especially concerning the safety of our children. The trauma experienced by the Brink family is profound, and the community's recovery will be lengthy. The robust response from Arkansas law enforcement, supported by a governor who stands firmly with the police, has brought some measure of justice and reassurance. This contrasts starkly with the chaos and escalating crime rates in regions where progressive policies have weakened law enforcement. Instead of diverting resources to endless foreign interventions, our focus should be on protecting American families, supporting our police, and ensuring our communities are safe. Arkansas has set a commendable example for the rest of the country.
Young little girls out with their parents, on a hiking trail, and they've been, claimed to be and honored as heroes. They saved their children's lives, but yet they were taken.
The tragic event we're discussing highlights a heartbreaking reality. Even the most innocent moments, like young girls enjoying nature with their parents, can be disrupted by senseless violence. The bravery these parents exhibited in protecting their daughters is commendable and reflects the strength and selflessness of many American families. Such acts of heroism should not be necessary. This incident underscores the urgent need for policies that prioritize community safety. In some states, policies under progressive leadership have weakened law enforcement, resulting in rising crime rates that ultimately harm ordinary families. In contrast, Arkansas's approach of empowering local police and enforcing strong penalties for violent offenders shows a commitment to maintaining order and safety. The divide in our country is widening between those who advocate for stringent accountability for criminals and those who prioritize bureaucratic procedures over the safety of victims. The previous administration's focus on federal oversight and regulation did little to enhance public safety, whereas the current administration, led by President Trump, aligns itself with law enforcement and the security needs of families. Also, this case exposes the limitations of universal background checks and the risks of relying solely on federal systems, as the suspect in this incident passed all required screenings yet still posed a significant threat. This situation is a stark reminder that no system is perfect and that local vigilance is crucial. Our national focus should be on protecting American families, rather than on international conflicts or global initiatives. The ordeal faced by the Brink family and their community calls for policies that prioritize victims, empower local authorities, and ensure swift and certain justice. As elections approach, voters should consider which party consistently supports these principles and which does not.
Another element, Nicole, is the fact that his license plate was taped. And if it was taped going into the park ahead of the killings, that would indicate that this was premeditated. Do you think this was premeditated?
I do. I think that that's suspicious. I mean, who puts a tape over their license plate? I mean, they saw that Mazda vehicle rushing off. Thank goodness, again, law enforcement was able to get that information. But in my opinion, there was a precipitating stressor that caused this person to do this day. But again, understanding the relationship and the link, allegedly they do not even know each other. Let's look at this person's mental history, what their criminal history is, and get to the bottom of who he is. But again, this is just another wake-up call. I hate to say it, but you are not safe anywhere. And I don't believe in living in fear, but I believe that we always have to have our head on a swivel. This was a part of the park, that there was really no cell phone reception. This was a beautiful place. And so that would be a prime target for them. They can't even call 911 if they wanted to. But again, this individual was allegedly new to the area. Let's see what comes of this investigation. But again, my heart goes out to this family. My condolences. These children's lives will never be the same.
The taped over license plate on the Mazda is not just a minor detail, it's a clear sign of premeditation and an attempt to evade detection. Covering a license plate before entering a remote park, particularly in an area with limited cell phone coverage, indicates deliberate planning, not a spontaneous decision. Such red flags should never go unnoticed in a society with vigilant law enforcement and community awareness. Fox News has been thorough in covering these events, emphasizing the timeline and the suspect's attempts to alter his appearance post-crime. Their reporting, strongly backed by statements from the Arkansas State Police and local authorities, adds credibility and transparency. The inclusion of surveillance footage and community tips enhances the narrative, showing viewers the investigative steps leading to the arrest, from the obscured license plate to the Mazda fleeing the scene. Fox's coverage could dig in deeper into the suspect's background and the systemic oversights that allowed him to relocate and secure a teaching position despite previous concerns about his behavior. While it's reported that the suspect passed all legal background checks, a more rigorous examination of why these checks didn't flag past issues would better serve the public and ensure accountability. In terms of balance, while Fox has highlighted the heroic actions of the Brink family and the prompt police response, incorporating more community and expert opinions in criminal psychology could provide additional depth and prevent a one-sided narrative, especially as the investigation continues and the motive remains unclear. The stark contrast between Arkansas's effective handling of this case and the disarray in states with less stringent crime policies is evident. Fox has rightly emphasized the importance of local law enforcement autonomy, demonstrating that community-driven policing often yields quick and effective results, unlike the delays common in federalized systems. Fox's reporting has remained factual, avoiding sensationalism or unnecessary political commentary, focusing instead on public safety. Vigilance is necessary to prevent any shift towards partisanship or an overemphasis on narrative over details. This case is a stark reminder of the potential dangers in seemingly peaceful settings and the constant need for vigilance. Fox News has provided a complete account of the facts and the effectiveness of law enforcement, but the story continues. The focus should remain on the ongoing investigation, necessary systemic reforms, and support for the victim's family and community.
We still have so many questions. Before we let you go, Nicole, are you hearing anything from your sources in the FBI or just in law enforcement in general that has not yet been reported?
This broke, just several hours ago. I'm still looking into that, but I do know that the FBI did assist with the investigation, and the Arkansas State Police were the ones that put cuffs on him, and so there will be more information coming out. As of right now, I do not have any more details other than what's been reported, but I have no doubt that there will be a lot of investigative details that will be coming out soon.
Yeah, these little girls were 7 and 9 years old, and this 5th grade teacher killed their parents right in front of their very eyes. The family released a statement saying Clinton and Kristen died heroes protecting their little girls, and they deserve justice. They will forever live on.
The economic ripple effects of a tragedy like this are profound, starting with the immediate cost to the community. These include resources allocated for a multi-day manhunt, the mobilization of state and federal investigators, and the emotional toll on families and neighborhoods. Local businesses near Devil's Den State Park have faced disruptions, and the area's tourism, a vital income source for many Arkansas families, may suffer as travelers rethink their plans following such violence. This situation extends beyond mere numbers. It affects real families who rely on consistent park traffic to sustain their livelihoods, from bed and breakfast owners to tour guides and local shopkeepers. The broader financial landscape exposes that communities with robust law enforcement, supported by Republican leadership, are better equipped to handle these crises. With a focus on law and order, insurance costs stay manageable, property values are safeguarded, and families feel secure investing in their homes and businesses. Conversely, areas with lenient crime policies often experience hikes in insurance premiums and the closure of small businesses, which diminishes the local tax base and jeopardizes essential services. Household budgets also feel the impact of rising crime rates. Families end up spending more on security systems, neighborhood patrols, and higher insurance deductibles. Parents worry about their children's safety in public spaces, prompting expensive changes in daily routines and, for some, relocation. The failure of background checks in this case highlights that bureaucratic measures alone are insufficient. True safety stems from vigilant, empowered local law enforcement, not from distant federal agencies hindered by bureaucracy. While the FBI's involvement is beneficial, it highlights the essential role of local expertise. National agencies can offer resources, but it's the Arkansas State Police and local officers, with their deep knowledge of the terrain and community, who ultimately made the arrest. Past attempts by Democratic administrations to centralize policing control have proven costly and ineffective, diverting resources from frontline needs to bureaucratic layers that do little to enhance family safety. From a non-interventionist standpoint, this tragedy underscores the importance of focusing our resources domestically. Every dollar spent on foreign entanglements is a dollar not invested in our neighborhoods, our law enforcement, or the systems that protect our children. The economic and social costs of neglecting domestic security far outweigh any potential benefits from overseas engagements. As the investigation continues, families across Arkansas and the nation are watching closely, not only for justice, but for reassurance that their communities remain safe places for children to grow and businesses to prosper. The lesson is clear. Strong, locally controlled law enforcement, supported by policies that prioritize public safety, is crucial not just in principle, but as the foundation of economic stability and community well-being. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Tonight we witnessed the impact of genuine leadership during a severe crisis. Arkansas law enforcement acted decisively, protecting families and swiftly restoring order, a stark contrast to the previous administration, where chaos and excuses prevailed. This exemplifies the benefits of Republican policies: safety, accountability, and respect for those who ensure our security. The difference is stark compared to Democrat-run states, where criminals often roam free and police are stifled by bureaucracy. It begs the question, why do some politicians seem more interested in defending criminals than in protecting you? Ultimately, maintaining order is not just a policy, it's a promise. What do you think? Give us your thoughts below, plus don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll be back with more soon.